Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is going to be our first class from Arabic language course. So let me start with some introduction and then we will come back to the actual chapter. First, we need to understand few things, that in this whole world everything is made up of something, even if it's a house or cookies or candy, anything in this world. If we look for the material, we will find out that there are a lot of things which are mixed up to cook that item. So similarly, the whole Arabic language is made up of something, and all those things were cooked up together to form a complete Arabic language. Whether if we are speaking, writing or reading any Arabic text, all these things were found in our sentence, in the book and in our conversation. So generally, Arabic language is made up of three things. First one is ism, second one is fail, and third one is harf. So let me write this in Arabic also. So ism is written like this, and fail like this, and harf like this. So the whole Arabic language is made up of these three things, that is one ism, fail and harf. If we, whether we are reading or writing anything or listening any Arabic sentence, we will find out that there are a lot of ism, fail and harf combined together to form a complete sentence or even the whole Arabic language. So if we understand the concept of ism, fail and harf carefully, we will be able to understand the whole Arabic language in the very easiest way, inshallah. So I hope you understand so far that the whole Arabic language is just made up of three things, that is ism, fail and harf. And if you want to write a note, then let me give the star mark and you can write your own notes here. Let me write it. I'm sorry. The whole Arabic language is made up of three things. That is ism, fail and harf. That's your note. You can write this in your notebook or you can create your own notes. It totally depends on you. So let me repeat it again for you so you can able to understand it and remember it for the long time, but it's the basic of Arabic language. The whole Arabic language is made up of three things, that is ism, fail and harf. Apart from these three, you will never find any fourth things in the whole Arabic language. Okay, now let's move to the another topic. One word is Arabi. And other word is Ajmi. Arabic means those people whose mother tongue is Arabic. is known as Arabian or Arabi in Arabic. And Ajami means a people with a non-Arabic mother tongue is called Ajami. So we are Ajami because our mother tongue is not Arabic. Okay? So the people, the scholars of Arabic, or maybe the Arabian scholars, made two books. Made two books. One is called Nahu, and other word is called Sarf. So they made these two books so Ajami people, a non-Arabic people, can able to read, understand the whole Arabic language very easily. We can say these two books are the book of Arabic grammar. So Nahu deal with ism and harf, and the sarf deal with fail. And as we know earlier that the ism, fail and harf make the Arabic language. So if we understand the Nahu and Sarf deeply and carefully, we will be able to understand ism, fail and harf. And if we are able to understand ism, fail and harf easily, then the whole Arabic language will become easy for us. So from now, first we will be learning the Nahu, and after completing the Nahu, we will jump to the Sarf. So let's start the today lecture with Nahu. Now, as we already know, ism, fail and harf, these three. But now here is the question, what is ism? And how we will able to recognize it? So we have two questions right here. First, what is ism? And second is how we will able to find ism from the sentences. So first we are going to find out the definition of what is ism, and then we will jump to the another question, that how we are going to find out the ism from the Arabic sentence. So let's find out what is ism. And if we are asking the question about ism, then let's ask the same question about fail also, as well as the harf. So let's find out the whole question in a one way. What is ism, fail and harf, and how we are going to find out which word is ism, which word is fail and which word is harf. So let's find out. First ism, then fail, and then harf. So what is ism? Ism is a single word, has single meaning, without any tense. I'm going to explain this definition later. First let me write this. So what is ism? Ism is a single word, has a single meaning and without any tense. Now jump to the fail. Fail is also a single word, has meaning, means has single meaning, but with tense. And now harf. So harf is a word which doesn't have its own meaning or any tense. Now let me explain with example. So first I'm going to write the example for ism. For example, see, here I am writing a Arabic word, that is rajulun. So what is rajulun? Rajulun means man. Rajulun means man. So rajulun is a ism. Why it is ism? Because it is a word and it has a meaning. Yes, because when we say rajulun, it means a man. So when we are translating this word rajulun in any other language, it means man. So this means rajulun has its own one meaning. So as I said in the definition of ism, that ism is a single word. So yes, ism is a single word and it has a meaning. So yes, it has a meaning and it is man without any tense. So let's explain the third part. What does it mean? It means without any tense means the translation, when we translate the ism in any another language, in the translation there will be no mention of any time and period in that translation. For example, there is a three types of tense: past, present and future. So when we translate the ism, there will be no mention of past, present or future. This means that translation will not giving us any information about the timing or the period in which that translation happened. For example, when we are translating rajulun as man, it doesn't give us any information that man is in the past or it is going to be in the present or it will be in the future. It simply just translate that yes, rajulun means man without involving any time or period in its translation. So that means, so what are ism? Ism are those words which has its own single meaning and it doesn't have any time tense in its translation. Now let's come back to the fail. Fail is also ism, similarly to fail is also a single word as similar to ism. It does also have the meaning similar as ism but with tense. So that's the main difference between the ism and fail. In ism there is no involvement of any time, any tense, but in fail there must be an involvement of tense in it. Without tense, a fail will be incomplete, or without tense it is impossible to build a fail. It is impossible to imagine a fail without tense. Let me show you with example. When I am writing nasara, nasara is another Arabic word which means he helped. When I am saying he helped, it means the action of helping has happened in past. This means whenever we translate the fail word in any another language, there must be the involvement of any time period in its translation, whether it is past, present or future, it doesn't matter. But the main thing which matter, there will be the involvement of tense in it. Now let's come back to the harf. So as I already written here, harf doesn't have its own meaning or tense in it. For example, ba, kaf, lam, min, these are the examples of harf. These words doesn't have its own meaning, but they play a very important role in Arabic language. When it comes to joining the two ism or more than two ism or ism and fail together, they played a very important role. Sometimes the whole translation is depend on harf. So don't think that if harf doesn't have its own meaning and tense, this means it is useless or it doesn't have any proper part to play in Arabic language. No, it's very important, and by the passing of time we will be learning and covering all the topics of the harf also, inshallah. So the today what we have learned two things. One, the whole Arabic language is made up of three things, that is ism, fail and harf. And the second thing we learned today, ism is a single word which has one meaning but doesn't have any tense, while fail is a single word with some meaning but it does have in tense, and harf doesn't have any tense or any meaning of its own. I hope you understand these things clearly. So this is the first class, so I'm not going to explain other chapters, but tomorrow inshallah we will be learning types of ism, fail and harf. So for now, I request you to make a notes of your own and then check with your teacher, and let's see whether you understand it completely or not. So I'm not going to give you any notes. I will share other study materials which is required for this course. But as for the beginners, I suggest you to write your notes according to your own understanding. So when you write your notes and then you check with me, then I will be able to understand how much you actually understood the video. Jazakumullahu khair wa ahsanul jaza. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.